On today's episode, updates to the KSI versus Logan Paul fight, fouseytube versus Philip DeFranco, Disney Fox deal, and in local news, LGBT flag vandalized. Now everyone, welcome to the News at Dan, a new news show brought to you by the people behind the YouTube channel Just Dan. I want to create something new. I'm gonna rip the band-aid plaster off and just get on with it. Our first story comes from YouTube's favourite fluffy head, Maverick Logan Paul. Let's do a quick catch-up. On the 3rd of February, there was a match of fisticuffs between KSI and Joe Weller, where KSI came out on top. After the match, KSI, who was prompted and reminded by the moderator True Geordie,
you said you wanted to call someone out.
Called out the Paul brothers. A whole back and forth of will they, won't they happen, and then we had the press conference in LA, where Jake Paul came out looking like he'd managed to get into a fight with a paint of emotion on the way to the stage.
Here we go!
The Pauls came out on top during that. Now we jump to the London press conference, where Jake Paul looked like he'd stolen a suit from quite possibly the devil. Look how shiny it is. It's a very shiny suit there, Jake.
Yeah! Hey, boo if Deji's a
Then that's kind of where things started going wrong. When KSI came out on stage, he started to insult Logan Paul's girlfriend, Chloe Bennett.
You got a new girlfriend now. Oh! Chloe Bennett. What's up, babes? Wait. So, why don't you introduce me to her? Huh? Apparently you only have 85% of your testicle. Let me give her the extra 15.
Which is not the first time he's insulted her. Logan then decided to call it quits, drop the mic and walk off the stage. On Saturday, Logan released a video stating why he walked off the stage and stating KSI insulting Chloe, as well as the moderator really pretty much letting KSI talk the entire time.
Why did the moderator let JJ talk for 5 minutes and 20 seconds straight? Yes, I timed it. And why are we not talking about the fight?
Logan brings up something I found really unsettling about KSI's past. But in the video, Logan came across as rather hypocritical, saying he didn't want to start this type of back and forth slandering with KSI and didn't want to release these things, but he does anyway.
Message from Logan. Keeping this offline as to not cause a huge whirlwind that destroys everything we've been building the past 4 months. KSI's comments in his video today regarding Chloe and her sexual relationship with Logan resemble an 18-year-old KSI who sexually harassed a woman at a gaming convention and lost his Microsoft deal. A situation that we've decided to stray away from and contractually agreed not to mention.
Today I'm with massive tits. Where have your tits gone?
Where have they gone?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because I can't see them.
How's that?
Not big enough. What are you doing not fingering yourself?
You have a sister, Casper? What's her name? Theodora. Like Dora the Explorer, because I'm gonna explore her pussy.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it needed to be brought to attention, in all honesty. Oh my god. KSI, what were you thinking back then? You just don't say that to a possible friend about his sister. I'm quite surprised Casper didn't punch you in the face or just walk away. He had every right to. The things you've said in those videos is just disgusting and very inappropriate. And bringing up Chloe Bennett every time you seem to get in a room or just make a video about Logan Paul is very wrong. The fight is between you two. Leave other people out of it. If their dad wants to get involved, then let him get involved. It's his choice. But to bring in other people's girlfriends, if Logan did the same thing to you, you would fly off the handle quite possibly. As of an hour or so before I recorded this video, KSI actually released a video addressing the allegations Logan Paul has made against him. In Logan's video, he used a clip where KSI states, after the fight on the 25th,
Logan's gonna have to fuck you like a prostitute, if you know what I mean, huh?
And then KSI goes on to show the rest of the clip, which brings it more in context.
No kissing today. No. No kissing today.
Logan, I don't know what you were thinking doing that. You're trying to be the better man, yet you do that. As for the other things KSI has said in the past, like going around interviewing the girls at a convention and outright being a complete knobhead, KSI has addressed those in the past. He said in the video that he's linked them all down below in his list. I will link them all below here as well, so you guys, it will save you guys time. You don't have to go looking. I don't know why I'm so invested in this fight. Maybe it's an industry thing. I don't know. I really don't. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. So, a lot of you already know what's roughly been going on with FOUSEYtube and this whole July 15th thing he's been going on, and all the hoo-ha behind that. The bomb threat, Drake apparently showing up, FOUSEY having a go at Sam Pepper during Adam 22's podcast, and the whole him possibly be going through a massive mental breakdown right now, where he's ignoring everyone who says he needs help and seems to be surrounded by mainly yes men. But his manic depressive episodes, if he is having one, seems to be to the point where after the event was shut down and he stood on top of the Uber driver's car.
Driver, if he lets them get on top of his car, 50,000. He's giving the Uber driver 50,000 to stand on their Uber.
He apparently paid $50,000 to do. He is 1 minute showing love to Keemstar, saying how much he loves him, and 5 minutes later attacking him for making a documentary about this event.
Okay. Tonight's changing the world, Keem. Hey, can I say something? Yeah. To you. I'm looking at you dead in the motherfucking eye. I'm not hiding behind Twitter. I love you. Yeah, I fucking love you. Before I even got to tell my story, you're making a documentary on it so you can post it after the fact. So if it flops, you can have the hot news on how FOUSEY fucked up and he should kill himself.
Or if it's a success.
I become a good person. But why are you gonna profit on me being a good person? Why can't I make a documentary on this story?
And that comes after Keemstar pretty much called him out on the big massive track he was releasing, which turned out to be a Rice Gum diss track. And there was a lot of back and forth of a yes it is, no it isn't, yes it is, no it isn't, yes it is, no it isn't.
Rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, rabbit season, duck season, fire!
For the record, it clearly is a diss track on Rice Gum. So since then, FOUSEY's been going left, right, center, up and down, diagonally, trying to get out there to explain himself basically. But he's also supposed to have been taking a break from social media as well. That didn't seem to last long. On Friday, FOUSEY happened to slide into the daddy of YouTube's DMs asking for an interview as well as praising Philly D. Philly D responded with basically saying, yes, I'd more than happy meet up with you, but you need to cool down, take some time to think, and pretty much he can't have negative energy in his life right now. I'm going to read these out, but keep in mind, FOUSEY released these private DMs, so now they are now in the public domain, and Philip DeFranco has retweeted them as well. And since then, FOUSEY has deleted the tweet with the pictures in there, but they're still accessible on Philip DeFranco's Twitter account. I feel like no one would tell a proper story like you can. If you like to have a sincere interview, heart to heart, I'll love to. Maybe at the park with our dogs, or the beach. Something real. I know how it looks looking in, but I'll love the chance to understand in the same way I gave Shane love and attention. Philly D responded, Yusuf, I'm open to having a person convo soon, but based off how you were going with Sam last night, I'm going to give you time to cool off. I don't want to invite that kind of energy in my life. That said, I do have a video coming out today where one of the stories is addressing what I've seen the past 2 days. Part of it comes from a place of my need to check what I see as hypocritical actions, words, and then secondly, to ask your friends or family to help you. I've seen what you're going through with friends and family, but unfortunately for you, it's also fueled by what I imagine you see as validation thanks to fame, money, and fans. Saying what you're doing is inspiring to them. The romantic idea of using issues with mental health as fuel for art and motivation also probably isn't helpful. Despite the issues I've had with you, I don't want to see you crash from what appears to be a manic episode. Listen to your mom. Even also, if she is the one and the only people trying to check on you right now, I believe you need to find a new friend group. Love you, and I'm doing exactly that. Taking time off and cooling down, going on vacation. Sammy's negative energy I shouldn't have invited to my toxic. I learned from it, and now I move on. My message will get through. All it takes now is patience. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting and shows the sign of FOUSEY's manic depressiveness or bipolarism. After that, after saying he loves Philly D and praises him and everything in those messages, he then goes on and posts a tweet. I reached out to Philly D with love asking for help. He replied by saying he doesn't want my energy in his life, and he was posting a monetized video to the world discussing what he thinks is my mental breakdown before talking to me. Basically, don't be a Philly D. Oh my, insert deity here. He did not like me and what Philly D said. Praising him and everything, then accusing Philly D of making a video to make money off of him. Wait. Is that what I'm doing right now? But you have to remember, Phil is a news channel. He is a husband. He has 2 kids. He's not a trained professional. All these people you are talking to, Fousey, are probably not trained professionals. You need to talk to someone professionally about your mental health. Apparently you were taking medication and now you are not. You need to get back on that medication. As someone who suffers from PTSD, you need to get back on that medication. You need to go and talk to someone professionally. And if anyone else needs anyone to talk to, I will try and link a whole bunch of stuff down below as well. Fousey then went on to not just post that tweet about Philly D, but after Philly D responded with the DMs, Fousey then blocked him. He blocked Philly D. And that's not all he blocked. After those DMs were released, and it showed Philly D was right, was trying to be kind and nice to Fousey, it kind of backfired on him. Anyone who replied to that tweet or anything on Philly D's side of things was getting blocked left, right, and center for even the slightest bit of negativity towards Fousey. And apparently his girlfriend has been in charge of the Twitter account for a few days. I don't believe so. Like I said, he's a journalist, he's a husband, he's a father to 2 children. If he doesn't want you anywhere near them, he has every right to not want you near them. Please be respectful of his wishes. He was willing to do it. He just wanted you to cool down, sit, think, get some help first, and then talk to you. Anyway, that's all I'm saying on this. Let me know what you guys think of this whole thing. Let me know in the comments down below. Although, this is one of the best things to come out of this is the hashtag Don't Be a Philly D t-shirt he decided to start selling now. I really, really want one of those. Another thing that really came out of it was Phil's wife Lindsay's response to all this. Yeah, don't mess with Mama DeFranco. Okay, for this one, I'm not going to go into the history of the whole Comcast, Fox, Disney deal. I'm going to be talking about possibly the future of this. Because as of the 28th of July, Fox shareholders agreed to go ahead with Disney's buyout. So now what that means is, as well as other properties, Disney now own 20th Century Fox. Now they've got 2 other hurdles to go through first. They've got to get agreement from China and the EU before this can be finalized. But all I can think of now is Kevin Feige is sat at home or in his office repeatedly singing, "It's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming. Mutants are coming home, they're coming home, they're coming home, they're coming. Mutants are coming home." Now, I'm a comic book fan. I read Marvel, DC, IDW, Dark Horse, but I'm a massive fan of the MCU. So let's talk about what this means for that. It means they're going to have a smorgasbord of new characters coming in. Not only do they have the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, they also have characters like Galactus, Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer. Keep in mind, Kevin Feige has tried making a deal with Fox before for Silver Surfer, where he offered the rights to Daredevil in favor of those. But under that mutant banner now falls Deadpool, Magneto, Toad, Emma Frost, Wolverine, a lot more I could mention. And under the broader things, we've got Namor the Submariner, Doctor Doom. I could go on, but the list is quite large when Marvel sold all these rights off decades ago. But the question is, now, how are they going to bring these into the MCU? I think there's 2 ways they could possibly do this. And that be one of those reasons is a whole secret wars. Having a celestial being merge universes together on a planet like it did in the comics and have the universes fight it out, and at the end of it they fight against the big bad and the universes explode and they all merge together into one universe and do it that way. Or they could bring them in kind of like, I believe it was the Ultimate Universe in Marvel Comics, where it turns out the mutants are actually man-made, like genetically altered and man-made that way. That's 2 ways they could bring it in. But I'm super excited for this. But one of the downsides of this is, these are all just rumors as of now, that the Dark Phoenix and New Mutants movies could be getting scrapped. I know production's been having a lot of trouble on both of these movies. Apparently, the actors are falling in on Dark Phoenix. Apparently, on New Mutants, the actors are absolutely amazing, but the director is a complete idiot. These are just what I'm hearing. But I want to know from you guys what you think should actually be the way the MCU should bring the mutants in. Do you agree with either of the ones I have said, or do you have your own theories and ideas for these to be brought in? Let me know in the comments down below. Okay, and our final story is a local story. These are just one of many things I want to start doing with these, because I don't feel any news channels actually do local stories. But this is a local story from where I live, from Hull in the UK. On the 18th of July, police stations around the East Riding and the Humber raised some LGBT flags in honour of Pride Month. But as of the 28th of July, a flag outside of Bridlington's police station was taken down and vandalised by a group of men calling themselves the Men of Bridlington. But as well as taking down the flag and vandalising it, they also sent out a letter that circulated around local media sites and outlets, but also towards the police as well, threatening further action if the flag is raised again. Before I read this out, I want to just give a warning of this letter is filled of hatred and bigotry and homophobia. So I just want to put that out there now before I read it. This says, recently, a large rainbow LGBT flag has been flying at Bridlington Police Station. We cannot imagine why this decision was taken, but it is very wrong. The police should not be involving themselves in politics and should not be appearing to show bias towards fringe groups in society. That point in itself should be enough to condemn the police, but we especially object to endorsement of the LGBT movement. Homosexuality is abnormal, perverted, antisocial, unnatural, and dangerous. That is the view of normal people, and within living memory, the practice of homosexuality was illegal in this country, for good reason. That's funny, so is hate crime. Hate crime is a crime now. Homosexual relationships preclude or are destructive of normal families. How? Explain to me how. Please enlighten me more on that. Homosexuals engage in disgusting practices and spread disease. So do coughs and sneezes. Homosexuality is not natural. Nobody is born a homosexual. It is a choice. So is being racist and a bigot, in all honesty. And it has been found that homosexuals have often suffered abuse during childhood. The police of all bodies should not be endorsing this, and it's completely unacceptable that they would to any normal person. That flag could not be more offensive. We vandalised the flag in view of evening, and we note that as a result of our actions, it has had to be taken down. To be clear, we did not remove the flag, as you respect other people's properties and do not wish to be accused of theft. But you vandalise it? You respect other people's properties, yet you vandalise it. Instead, we vandalised it by cutting the rope above the cleat and releasing the haylard. The damage is easily remendable. However, should you refly the flag or anything similar, we will remove it, and we will also take whatever other action we consider appropriate and proportionate. We trust that further action will not be necessary. Through your newspaper, we should also like to put a question to the Police and Crime Commissioner, Mr. Hunter, the Chief Constable, Mr. Freeman, the local MP, the Right Honourable Sir Greg Knight, and PC Danny Fleming, the so-called Community and Cohesion Officer, whom we believe is personally responsible for this. If you were walking past the Humberside Police Station with a young child, how would you explain that flag? It's a flag that shows love between all. That is exactly how I would explain it. The people of Bridlington may also wish to consider that question. We know what the answer from the LGBT community will be. They will say that children should be taught to be tolerant, to which our answer would be a further question, tolerant of what? We do not support the LGBT community. Our message to them is, we think you are perverts and freaks, and you need to keep it in the closet. More paternally, it is not for public bodies to endorse the LGBT movement. If such a flag is ever flown from a public building in Bridlington again, it will be removed. Sincerely yours, John Ball, Men of Bridlington. My local newspaper, the Hull Daily Mail, actually interviewed Mr. Andy Train, who is behind a lot of the LGBT events that takes place in the region. And he has said, you are sad bigots and have attitudes that are well out of sync with modern society and the real world. All this does is emphasize the importance of why we hold events like Pride, and will continue to do so in the future. No heterosexual person wakes up in the morning and is worried about going to work because of their sexual orientation. This is why we will continue the work we are doing. And as of yet, we have had no word from Humberside Police about this. I, for one, am one of those who feels everyone should be left to love who they want, regardless. As long as no one's getting hurt, that's what should happen. I study psychology. I am a believer in the theory that all babies are a blank slate, and everything that is imprinted on the baby is from the parents. So if the parents are racist and bigots, they are going to imprint on the baby and they are going to grow up that way. Or if the parents are very open, liberal, then that's how the baby will grow in that household. And then as they go off into the bigger world, they may change, they may not. they will broaden their horizons, basically, which is what happened with me, basically, as growing up. But I have a funny feeling the men of Bridlington, if you went looking, will quite possibly have the lesbian section of Pornhub bookmarked on their computers. And that's where I'm going to leave it today, guys. Ladies and gents, all those in between. Unless you are the men of Bridlington, then you can go fuck yourselves. If you enjoyed this new direction I'm going with the channel, then be sure to hit the like button. Let me know down below if you have any thoughts on any of the stories I've covered today. And if you have any thoughts on the overall how this show should go, let me know, please. I am looking forward to it. And thank you all so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Toodaloo!